Alex Neve is the Secretary General of Amnesty International Canada, and he joins us from Ottawa this afternoon. Alex, great to have you on. You must be upset to hear this news. Your thoughts on the fact that the sentence was upheld by the Supreme Court?
I suppose certainly on one level it doesn't come as a surprise because justice is not often delivered by the courts in Saudi Arabia, and the fact that they have therefore upheld a sentence that so directly contravenes human rights and runs counter to the rule of law is par for the course. Nonetheless, it is very troubling and upsetting. I think all of us who have been concerned about this case and who have been working towards Raif's freedom, we're holding on to the hope that perhaps the court would do the right thing here, and therefore it is crushing to have had this news come down today.
And we know that Amnesty International has been working with Badawi's family throughout this whole ordeal. So how's the family coping knowing all of this?
This is a very dark day for them. His wife, Ensaf Haidar, obviously is very upset to receive the news. She too, of course, had been holding on to hope that maybe the courts would come through for the family. And now this gives rise to the prospect that the floggings, which have really been suspended now for quite a few months, may resume again. So certainly when this Friday comes around, the floggings have been scheduled to happen each Friday, supposedly for 20 Fridays in a row, but haven't happened in quite some time. Will this Friday mean that that is once again going to happen? So it's going to be very agonizing for her.
Because the family lives in Canada, so what would you like the Canadian government officials to do to, what kind of help are you seeking from them?
There's a clear opportunity and responsibility for the Canadian government to be very outspoken here. While Raif Badawi himself is not a Canadian citizen, as you noted, his wife and 3 children are here as refugees, Canadian permanent residents, so we have a strong connection to the case. And sadly, to this point in time, Canada's response has not been very vigorous. In early days, our former Foreign Minister, John Baird, did go on the record a couple of times, but we've heard nothing from the new Minister of Foreign Affairs, and we've never heard a word of concern from the Prime Minister.
Prime Minister Harper is in Germany, as we were just hearing before, for the G7. I mean, what kind of opportunity does that give him to pressure other world leaders to condemn Saudi's handling of this case?
It is a perfect opportunity. The timing couldn't be better. And certainly we're looking to Prime Minister Harper to use this summit today and tomorrow to gather concern from his other 6 colleagues within the G7 and then to speak out. Saudi Arabia is a tough country to influence. They're not exactly susceptible to outside pressure, but if all G7 countries spoke together, 7 very powerful countries from around the world, that's going to be noticed in Saudi Arabia. So Prime Minister Harper can't let this opportunity go past.
Alex, thank you for your insight. Really appreciate it. Alex Neve, Secretary General of Amnesty International.